गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in Amrutanubhava chapter 7, OV number 258. And this is the Ajnana Khandana, removal of ignorance, destruction of ignorance. How the self is one and one alone, whether manifest or otherwise, is again stressed with another example. Suryachiya hata andhakarana ye sarvatha ma prakashachi katha ekata ka. The darkness never comes in front of the sun, therefore why should he ever listen to the talk of light? The darkness never comes in front of the sun. From the sun's point of view, there is no darkness ever possible. Therefore, why should he ever listen to the talk of light? When from the sun's point of view there is no darkness, then there is no concept of light either. See? The sun has never seen darkness. To the sun, light and darkness are words that carry no meaning because sun's light is dark light. The daylight that we see is only reflected light, and the reflection cannot be the reality. Therefore, why will the Lord Sun listen to the talk about light, and therefore why should we talk about the mind? Mind is only the reflected reflection, is the shadow. Why talk about it? It's not worth it. The simile of the sun is continued. Andhakar ka uzivadu ha ekala ekavahu vadu zaisa ka martadu bhalate the. He says, just as the sun is but one and only one, whether in darkness or light, or another interpretation of that verse, in the sun, light and darkness live together in mutual cancellation. So also within us, the up and down, male, female, day and night, all the opposites, the entire duality, it remains cancelled within us because the truth is only the sun, the self. Darkness and light both exist in mutual cancellation in the sun itself. Without the sun, there can be neither day nor night. The one sun has become two. Just as the sun has become light in one place and darkness in another, the self is one without a second, whether manifest or not. So also we have become the gross body, subtle body, causal body. We have become the waker, dreamer, and deep sleeper. We have become all the Gaunatmas. No point talking about all that. Light and dark, day and night, they come and go. But from the sun's point of view, there is nothing like light and there is nothing like night. Similarly, the truth is the self, the pure consciousness. From the pure consciousness point of view, the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, all these are phenomena, just like day and night is a phenomena. So why spend time talking about it? Not worth it. Our goal is not to prove the phenomena is real. Our goal is to be the self, be the truth. The whole creation is explained in the light of the above thoughts. तैसा आवड़ती है भूमि के आरूढ़ लिया ही कौतुके परिययाते हा न चुके चुके हाथ सी ऐसा. Thus, this Atma sports his desired roles lovingly, that is, manifestation or unmanifestation. But by this sport, he never loses himself. So, in other words, the reality expressing through potentiality expresses as the entire varied universe, but the reality never loses itself in the universe. The ocean, you expressing through his potentiality as the myriad waves, but never loses himself in the waves by becoming the waves. And this is the mistake that we are making as individuals. We are forgetting who we really are. Instead, we are getting identified with the manifestation or the unmanifestation. What is the manifestation and unmanifestation? The waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper, isn't it? Taking that to be real is bringing about all the misery in our life. And who are we essentially? The truth. It's that simple. It is that simple. But our problem or our challenge, I shouldn't say problem, our challenge is we are not able to bring our attention on the self. Be aware of the self, not of the phenomena. The more we are aware of the phenomena, we will be buffeted up and down, here and there. Phenomena is waking, dream and deep sleep. Get out of that. And how do you do that? By not talking about it. Accepting that phenomena is going on. Okay. Attention should be what is that because of which this phenomena is possible. Cut yourself away. Discriminate. Phenomena is the unreality. You are the reality. Phenomena is the waker with the waking experience, dreamer with the dream experience, deep sleeper with the deep sleep experience. Reality is the one in whose presence this is going on, day in and day out, day in and day out. Just stay with this thought. Nothing much to do about it. Contemplation will begin. In the same way, the Atman, while sporting the drama of manifestation or its absence, is not affected by either. He continues to be as he is. This manifestation as creation is just to pass time for the fun of it, not for winning or losing. It is only a sport, a fun. It is like playing with the children for the sake of fun. The water, whether it manifests as the wave or it remains unmanifest as the wave, there is no purpose for it, isn't it? Then why are the waves appearing? Leela, game. And what is this game? The water playing with itself is creating the waves. Same way, you, the Paramatma, playing with himself is creating the creation. See? And that is the phenomena. Paramatma playing with himself is the phenomena. And what are we doing? We are not playing with ourselves. We are taking ourselves to be too serious. Oh my God, responsibility. Oh my God, children growing up. Oh my God, no marriages. Oh my God, I am not getting time. Oh my God, everything is too much, too much, too much, too much, too much. Why? We have taken it to be the truth. Phenomena cannot be the truth. Then what about duties? What about responsibilities? That is also not the truth. Then what is the truth? Is hunger not the truth? Is breathing not the truth? Is seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting is not the truth? From absolute standpoint, it is all phenomena. It is all phenomena. Do you have the courage to stand apart from all this? See, there's only two options we have. Either we reject the whole phenomena, or we accept the whole phenomena as I. There's only two options. If you reject the phenomena, you come to abide in the self, as the self. And when you come to the self, the phenomena cannot affect you. And the other option is take the entire phenomena, not just your husband and wife and children and parents, no, the entire phenomena to be the I. The water takes the entire phenomena of, if it could see it, if it could experience it, takes the entire phenomena of the waves as I, isn't it? From outside we can see the wave is nothing but water. Are you able to see this entire creation is nothing but the I? Can you see the entire dream world is nothing but the self alone? Or the mind? Can you come to that conclusion? Yes. And because you know it is a phenomena, you do not give a second thought to the dream. Isn't it? Then why this insistence that this waking phenomena is a real one and bring about frustration, agitation, misery, ambition, success, failure, likes, dislikes, and keep yourself locked into this phenomena by giving reality to the phenomena. Get out or accept. And Vedanta's system methodology is first get out. You cannot accept it, very difficult. So first get out of the phenomena by coming to the reality that you are. And from the reality point of view, the Atman point of view, automatically this vision of all inclusivity will be presented to you. And that all inclusivity is only a language. The water does not say all waves are in me. Water does not say. Because from water's point of view, there are no waves. See? This is the epitome of our spiritual journey. In the same way, the Supreme Self never loses itself. So, Paramatma never loses himself. Water never loses himself in the waves. Gold never loses himself in the ornaments. But this idiot, this idiot, individual, he loses himself in the phenomena by taking the phenomena to be real. The Supreme Self never loses itself. This is the supreme declaration about the creation. Various theories are presented about the creation in the in the Upanishads. What is that? In the Upanishads, in the Pancha Mahabhutas, three Mahabhutas, etc. Here in Amrutanubhava, it is revealed that the total creation is only a mere sport, a leela, for the sheer joy of it. There is no cause, no effect, no sequence, no destruction. All that happens is not. The whole creation is an eternal drama that is going on, but the Lord does not fall prey to his own hobby of creation and destruction. The divine never gets lost in the multiplicity or relativity. See how beautiful. If divine never gets lost in multiplicity and relativity, then why individual is getting lost in multiplicity and and what relativity? Because of identification. Expression of individuality is a phenomena. You cannot do anything about it. You cannot do anything about it. Seeing is a phenomena, hearing is a phenomena, thinking is a phenomena. Can you do anything about it? Then what should be our disposition? Let the phenomena go. Don't get identified with it. If our whole individuality does not become a problem, if the individual does not get identified to seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, thinking, ideating, the moment this individual gets identified, that's where the problem begins. See? Expression of water as a wave is a phenomena. But the wave identified with its form is bondage. Isn't it? It is that is bondage. What can you do? You didn't choose. You're born. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take spirituality also too seriously.
I was just thinking, the minute you start doing all this that you're talking about, you wait and watch for all the people that tell you that you're being cold and unemotional and you're not part of this world and you're horrible and all the rest of it.
Yes, that is normal because that is the only way they know to express what they are seeing. So you be the better one. Play the game in front of them. You be who you are, who you essentially are, but do the drama outside. Do the drama. They should not come to know.
Play the part on stage.
Play the part on the stage.
Knowing full well that you're only playing the
That
part.
you are exactly just like remember one of the chapters in Panchadashi was like that, Natakadeep. The actor knows that he is so and so. He is Mr. A or Mr. X. But when he's on the stage, he is the king, he is commanding, he is dictating. In the next scene, he becomes a beggar. But he is listening, he is performing the roles as the director is directing him, isn't it? Even while he is playing the role, he knows that he is Mr. X. He knows he is not the king. He knows he is not the beggar also. He knows he is Mr. X. So you also, but he performs the job. Who is the artist? Who performs so well that he gets the people to identify with him so fantastically that if the king is, oh, what a fantastic acting that fellow did. And, oh, what a fantastic acting as a beggar he did. Who are good actors? Who are able to manipulate the audience at their fingertips. They are able to make them laugh, they are able to make them cry, they are able to make the audience feel what they are feeling. That is true acting, isn't it? So be a good actor. But the actor always knows that he is Mr. X. But he is performing his role 110%. You also perform your role 110%, but inside you always know. That is the way. So this whole creation is an eternal drama which is popping up and popping out of your awareness. The divine never gets lost in the multiplicity or relativity. If divine doesn't get lost and we are essentially divine, should we get lost in multiplicity and relativity? Should we give heed to all the multiplicity? Should we give heed to all the roles that we are playing, all the duality that is presented to us unasked? Should we give heed to it? Value to it? Don't. If Paramatma is not, then why are you? Because the moment you give value, you have got entangled. The moment you give value, you have got concretized. The moment you give value, you are ensnared by the name and form, by the multiplicity. And then you start looking for a way out of this clutches of this multiplicity. The biggest joke is mind has made you believe that you have to seek the self. The biggest joke is mind is telling itself that I have to seek the self and then I'll get realized. This is the biggest joke. You understood the impact of that statement? That this entire seeking is also a joke. Really speaking, there is no seeking. Because you are that which you are already seeking. Mind is making you believe that you are not that. And how it is making you believe that you are not that? How is it making you believe that you are not that which you are seeking? How? By making you think. Stop thinking. Or let thinking happen. You accept without a thought that I am, in my presence thoughts are coming and going. But because we are given value to the thoughts, we are given value to the thinking process, that I am intelligent. This is not you who is speaking. This is the ego speaking, I am intelligent. It is the ego speaking that I have to do something in order to realize. It is the ego speaking that I am ignorant and I have to realize my true self. At any given moment, you are the true self. As foolish as it is for a wave to realize the water because it is already water, so also it is even more foolish for us to seek the self because we are already the self. Isn't it? It's a foolish journey. Then why are we studying? Enjoy! Enjoy! As one master said, why are you studying, sir? He says, I am studying to see what it is talking about me. What the scripture is talking about me, I am checking that. Don't get too involved in order to lose the plot. Our attention should not be on the words. Our attention should not be on the concept. Our attention should be on the self. All these words and these thoughts and these concepts, they are indicating something. The words are, fantastically how it is written. But what are they indicating? They are indicating that you are already that which you are seeking. You are already that which you are seeking. If this has clicked, then continue reading. So we'll continue. This is another milestone in the evolution of thought. It would be well for the student to ponder on these OVs and contemplate in silence as much as possible. The only way to awaken to the truth is to sleep to the relative plane of consciousness. What is the relative plane of consciousness? Why it is being told relative plane of consciousness? Because where does relativity exist? In the self or in the mind? In the mind. What is mind? Consciousness with thoughts. Isn't it? Conscious, it is also consciousness. Self is also consciousness. Mind, consciousness with thoughts is given another name, mind. And therefore it is told, don't give too much value to this relative consciousness. Don't give too much value to the mind. And mind includes what? Mind includes thoughts of the entire universe. The whole universe exists in your mind as a thought. So to give it zero value. Remain indifferent. He whose mind is under his full control and is engaged only in the inquiry of his own source, to such an individual, what is night for all beings is the time when he is awake, and when all beings are awake, that is night for him, meaning that he is asleep to the waking world and its experiences, and his vision is turned inwards towards his own essential nature. So, what the waking world is aware of? Multiplicity. He is asleep to the multiplicity. And when the whole world is sleeping, and what is sleep? He's lost awareness. He's gone into a deep ignorance, isn't it? That time, such a person is fully awake to his essential nature. How the Atman is not affected in any way by manifestation or absence of manifestation is illustrated again by a number of examples in the next 5 OVs. Here the teacher Jnaneshwar Maharaj is again and again impressing on us that manifestation and unmanifestation both are phenomena. Right, just now the sun example was taken, I have taken the water example, is taken the example of multiplicity and relative consciousness. All these are phenomena. But our mind or this individuality or ego, it takes the manifestation and unmanifestation to be real. It doesn't take the self to be real. That is why people get concerned. Oh, I am losing my mind. Oh, I am sick. Oh, I am having dementia. Oh, I am losing my memory. Oh, I have to do this. Oh, I have to do that. Why don't you say about all this or bring up these thoughts when you are in dream also? Why only in the waking? Why? Why only here? सिंधुची सीवन मोहे पाणी पणा सळू न पडे मोडले जरी गाढे तरंगाचे. थँक यू. ठीक. टेक केअर. Nothing is, even though many waves break, the ocean does not cross its boundary, nor does its being water change. Even though so many waves break, even though so many thoughts appear in your mind, even though so many emotions come and create havoc, just like The tsunami creates havoc, but the ocean remains the same. It doesn't go into depression. It doesn't get excited. Similarly, recognize in this phenomena these things happen. Anger, greed, jealousy, hypocrisy, success, failure, ambition, waking, dream, deep sleep, all this is going to happen. You cannot run away from it. But to become disturbed on account of it is the foolish is the foolish way. The gold doesn't complain, oh, why are you melting me, man? You make a ring out of him, then you melt him again, and out of the ring you make a necklace, then you melt the necklace and you make a bracelet. Gold is gold only. But we are, because of our identification, we become miserable on account of that identification. Swamiji says, nothing is subtracted from the ocean when the wave is destroyed. Also, nothing happens to the waterness of the ocean, although the wave is broken, is born or is broken. So beautiful. The water remains ever the same. Whether it becomes a wave, whether it becomes a tide, whether it becomes a tsunami, whether it is born as a ice block in the Antarctic, and then the ice melts, water is not affected. Before also it was water, during the manifestation also it is the water, and during the unmanifestation also only the water remains, isn't it? Then what is manifestation and unmanifestation? It is a phenomena. What is a phenomena? That which appears in its own absence. Thank you. That which appears in its own absence. Waking, dream and deep sleep are expressing in their own absence. Take yourself to be the reality. Reclaim who you are. Then there will be no questions. Questions can only be of the phenomena, and the questions are in the phenomena, about the phenomena, and there is no solution. There is no permanent solution to any question. You answer one question, 10 more will be ready. You answer 10, 100 will be ready, waiting for a solution. It's endless. There can be no lasting solution about the phenomena. And from coming to the source, the self, no question and no solution. From the water's point of view, no question, no solution about the waves. Why? I alone am. I alone am. Oh, how beautiful. That's why it brings the smile on your faces just to think about it also. Isn't it? You can see the play, how you are got right now. Anything that happens to the wave is of no consequence to the ocean. So, if this is the case, anything that happens to the wave is of no consequence to the ocean, then anything that happens to the mind should of be no consequence to us. Right or not? But we become so serious. My mind is hyper. My mind is too slow. In the same way, so many tarangas, waves, or waking experience trios have come and gone one after the other, each independent of the other. On every thought wave, a trio is born and it dies. What is the trio? Waker, waking experience, and the waking world. Seer, seen, seeing. Hearer, heard, hearing. Knower, known, knowing. This is the trio. Every trio creates a thought in our mind. But nothing is added to me. And this can be your this can be your direct experience only from the point of view of the self. Contemplate in this way. Rather than getting identified with everything, think in this way. All this thinking, it's okay. Phenomena, something has to be done and it's happening. It's not that I have to do. It's happening. I is the same. Right from childhood, it is the same fallacious existence of the experience of trio. None of these has any reality of its own. But I, the substratum, continue to be with no loss or gain. Think about it. Think about your life. Think about your life. Did you even experience the loss of childhood and the birth of teenage? Do you remember the day when you lost the teenage and became a youth? See? Do you feel the loss of the so many cells dying in the body and new ones being born? Are you aware of it? Do you feel the loss of the hair when you go to a hair cutting salon? Or you cut your nails? Do you feel the loss? No. See? So there is no loss, no gain. There is no loss if a thought has gone away, and there is no gain if a new thought has been born. There is no loss if the waker has gone away and the dreamer has come. There is no loss if the dreamer has gone away and the deep sleep has come. And there is no loss or gain if the deep sleeper has gone away and the waker has come again. This cycle is continuous. How many, from childhood till today, if you take these three main phenomena, waker, dreamer and deep sleeper with their respective worlds, do you ever feel, nahi yaar, that day's waker, I want to go back to him. That day was a very, very special day. See? Do you say that about any? I'm just talking about waker, dreamer and deep sleeper. You have taken that it is a phenomena and you write the cycle. But see, sometimes if the dream is very, very fascinating or scary, when we wake up, I don't want to go into that dream, it was very scary. But very few minutes later, what was the dream? I can't remember. Isn't it? We give it zero value because after some time, when you wake up, the memory is still fresh a little bit. But very soon, because you know it is only a phenomena, you give it zero value, and after some time you can't even remember what was there in the dream. Then why don't you do the same thing about the waking experience? Why you take it so real? This is what Bhagavan Krishna says. When the sense of otherness is dropped from the wave and the ocean, and this is in every wave, in every place, at every time, to those who are very close to the truth steadfastly all the time and with total devotion to them, I, the substratum, ensures yoga kshemam, that is, secure what is not possessed and preserve for them what they already possess. Yoga, yoga, kshema, these two words. Yoga means wanting, desiring that what you don't have, and kshema means protecting that which you already have. This is where our whole life is going on, isn't it? A child says, I want to be a teenager. Teenager says, I want to be grown up. Grown up says, I want to be married. Married fellow says, I want to give up my responsibilities. Old person says, I don't want to be old. Young person says, I want to be matured and old. Isn't it? Continuously seeking what you are not. Poor person says, I want to be rich. Rich person says, it was better if I didn't have all this wealth. Because he is looking for peace. He thought he will get it by wealth. The poor thought that he will get peace by getting wealth. Accept where you are. That's all, as you are. So yoga kshema. This is what the whole chakkar is, the cycle is. Continuously seeking that which we don't have and protecting that which we have. So first you didn't have children, you sought children, so you got married. Now you have children, you are waiting. When will they grow up and then I will be free? Isn't it? Or you are concerned, you are overprotective about the children, about the house, about the car, about your memories. You are overprotective. And because you are overprotective about the memories, you are troubled when you are not able to remember those memories. Isn't it? We are creating an issue where there is no issue. And it's all a phenomenal issue. This type of thinking frees you from all clutches, self-deception that is going on by the mind. You become free of it. The hypnosis that our mind is caught up in, we become free of it. This is dehypnotization. Living in the mind, as the mind, at the mercy of the mind, you are under the magic spell. Recognize. Without you, this magic spell cannot function. Don't get caught up in the magic spell. Take the position. I created this. Out of me, this magic spell got created. The phenomena. I am the wielder of this phenomena. Without me, this phenomena is not possible. And the surest, direct way of coming to that disposition is contemplate on the self. Be the self. The ocean existed before the wave was born and will continue to exist after the wave has died. Is it not true? You are there before the thought has come. You are there during the thought is expressing. You are there after the thought has gone away. Then why you give thought so much importance and not yourself? This is called suicide while living. You don't have to physically die to commit suicide. Every time you give value to this, to any thought in your mind, to any concept, to any experience, to any wake, forget all these different experiences, any waker, dreamer and deep sleeper, if you give value, you are committing a suicide. Why? You are forgetting you are the self. We are not even stopping at waker. We are going into some issue in some role that the waker is playing. Not, okay, the waker is expressing as the body. We are not even at the body level. Then even further down, the rabbit hole. We are the personality, I am the wife is miserable. Or I am the husband is miserable. There we are stuck up. And some are even more intelligent. Oh, I think someone is talking, I think they are talking about me. Become miserable. Get out of all this, man. It's not worth it. It is fallacious for the wave to imagine that it is the reality, independent of the reality, the substratum. Okay, we'll read again. The ocean existed before the wave was born and will continue to exist after the wave has died. It is fallacious for the wave to imagine that it is the reality. To think, if you think you are the body, and now you studied the scriptures, and then you come to this conclusion, oh, I am that one, I am the reality, I am not the phenomena. Very good. But has the body identification gone? If body identification has not gone, if individuality has not been surrendered, by thinking and coming to such conclusive statements that I am that, does not lead you anywhere. You must vanish. The individual must vanish. See, individuality will not vanish, but the individual must vanish. The phenomena will not vanish, but the one who is identified with the phenomena must vanish. In the seer seen seeing, the seen and the seeing, let it go, that's the phenomena. But the seer must vanish. So how do realized masters function? They see without becoming the seer. See? They hear without becoming the hearer. They know without becoming the knower. They don't become anyone. All these seer, knower, experiencer, hearer, thinker, all these are erring personalities. This is becoming. Eyes are there, they will see. Don't become the seer. Let seeing happen. This is how a realized master functions. Seeing without the seer, knowing without the knower, experiencing without the experiencer. Then it is called experience-less experience. Then it is direct perception. Then it is not a perception of a personality. If there is no erring seer, then what is there will be seen. But if there is a seer, seer will see only based upon the thoughts that it has, the concepts that he is carrying. So can we drop the seer? Can we drop the... Yes, surrender it at the altar of the reality. In the devotional language, surrender the mind at the feet of the Lord. That's all we have to do. That is all that our focus should be in life. All the other words are only explaining what will be the consequence of the surrender. When we surrender, the individuality goes away. The wave as a wave can never come to know water. Wave must give up its waveness at the altar of the ocean or at the altar of the water. But if the wave, oh, I think I am the water, can never come to know that it is the water. It's only a concept. It's a conceptual knowledge. It has not become the direct experience. Direct experience will happen only when it surrenders and the individuality melts away completely. And then there is no one. Will there be anyone afterwards to say, oh, I am the reality, I am the water? The wave itself is not there, because once it surrenders to the water or the ocean, it has become the infinite ocean or the infinite waters. In infinite, everything is included. Will it say, oh, now I have come to know that I am water? Who will say to whom? It is all that there is, isn't it? Think like this. You'll be free right here and now. Not one day. Right here and now you will be free. So wonderful. The appearance of otherness is demonstrated in the Rajju Sarpa Siddhanta. It presents the appearance of qualities of opposite nature. The rope is harmless, the snake is harmful. The rope is inert, the snake is alive. The rope is non poisonous, the snake is poisonous. Now take this to be rope to be the self and the snake to be the mind, the phenomena. This is how we get entrapped by the world, by the phenomena. Even when, why go that far? If you go to a mirror, what do you see in the mirror? Your reflection. Is it your true reflection? Is it your true reflection? No, it is not. Is it your true reflection in the mirror? I'm asking. She said yes. You say no.
I say everything, so.
I?
You as the Atma.
No, I'm talking about a simple example. Mirror. Mirror.
Oh, yeah.
When you stand in front of the mirror, is it your true reflection? No, it is your inverted reflection. You touch your right ear here, but in the mirror what is seen? You are touching your left ear. You pick your left nose here, in the mirror you will be picking your right nose. It will be exactly the opposite. Have you ever noticed? Here you are making the hair like this, in the mirror it will be shown. It also seems it is on this side, but it's exactly the opposite, isn't it? So is here also. And with that reflection, we determine ourselves, What is the reflection going on here? The mind is the reflection. Mind is the mirror, and there the reflection are the thoughts. They are all opposite nature. Drop them. They are phenomena. When I say drop them, what do you? How you are processing it in your mind? When I am saying drop the thoughts, disregard the thoughts, don't be too serious about them. How are you processing it in your mind? You keep saying this, the scriptures keep saying, how do we do it? Is that what is going on in your mind?
Drop it like a hot coal.
Aye?
Drop it like a hot coal.
Drop it like a hot coal. Yes,
Awesome.
yes. Drop it like a hot coal. It will burn you. Yes, it will. But you must come to that conclusion that it will burn you. Thus, contrary perceptions are created. I is Ananta Swarupa. I is infinite in nature, but appears to be limited. So we have taken ourselves to be a limited I, because this limitation is on account of this I getting identified with this body, this mind, this intellect, this breath, these thoughts, these emotions, etc., 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 isn't it? So suddenly, because of this identification, a personality is carved out, a individuality is carved out. I is a jnana swarupa but appears to be ignorant. This I, which is essentially infinite in nature, is self knowing. It is of the nature of knowledge. It is consciousness. See? It is all knowing. But what do you feel yourself to be? I think I am not the self. Why it is taking so long for me to know that I am the self? Why is it taking so long? I am understanding, but it is not clicking. These are all because attention is on the thoughts, not on the self. So, consider yourself, invoke this, that I am of essentially of the nature of all knowingness, but because of this identification with the gross, subtle, and causal body, I appear to be ignorant. And how is that ignorance expressing in your life? As seeking for the truth. So, should we drop seeking the truth? If you can, drop it right now and you're free. Seeking the truth is also a concept of your mind. It is a program with which you have come. You cannot help it. In some way or the other, this will come. And eventually, after a long journey, you come to Amrutanubhava. See, scriptures are saying the same thing, but here he is very succinctly, without, he is not allowing the mind himself, or because it is his experience of his realization, he is not allowing the phenomena to ensnare us. His continuous approach is, his continuous attention is the I, the supreme I, the infinite I, the self, the Atman, the Paramatman. And he is continuously looking from that standpoint. If it is looking, what could be its experience? Really speaking, from the I point of view, there is no experience. From the water's point of view, there is no experience of waves. But if we take one step below, from the ocean's point of view, what will be the ocean's experience? All the waves are in me. What will be the waves' experience? I am in the ocean. But I can see only myself, only this big, and the ocean is vast. Oh, I think that is my essential nature. This is ignorance. This acceptance of limitation, acceptance of conditioning is the ignorance. Acceptance that I am ignorant, that I don't know the truth, is the ignorance. Accepting that you are ignorant is also an ignorance. See? I is not conditioned by birth and death, but appears to be subject to both. Thus, Satyam Jnanam Anantam seems exactly opposite to my essential nature. See, this you can understand. The sun never sets. It is ever in the sky, isn't it? But What is our experience? That the sun sets and the sun rises. Phenomena. The self never sets. But what is our experience? The waking comes and goes, the dream comes and goes, the deep sleep comes and goes. This is the phenomena. Is setting sun and rising sun a reality? It is a relative. It is a phenomena. Can you stop rising sun and setting sun ever in your life? Can we? Can never. But once you have come to know that the sun never sets, this is a phenomena, you will use the phenomena to order your day and live blissfully. So if the phenomena of waking, dream and deep sleep is coming and going, use it. Don't become subservient to it. Don't become a slave of it. So just like seeing the day and sunset and sunrise, day and night, we have come to know sun never sets. It is day and night are only a phenomena, but the sun is ever effulgent. Similarly, the self is ever effulgent. I am not of the nature, I am not awake when waking takes place, and I am not. No, I am of the nature of all knowing. I have never slept. It's the phenomena which is coming and going. It makes me feel that I'm awake or I'm asleep. That's at the mental level. That's at the thought level. But me, the essential, in whose presence this phenomena of coming and going is going on, of the waking and sleep, deep sleep, that is my real self, and it is ever awake. Awake to whom? Is it awake to the phenomena? No, it is ever awake to itself. From the sun, is the sun awake to rising and setting sun? Is the sun awake to day and night? No, it is awake to itself. Same way, this self also is awake to itself. Be awake to yourself, not to the phenomena. Then this phenomena will lose its impact. So even though we are of the nature of that Supreme I, which is of the nature of Satchitananda, Satyam Jnanam Anantam, but what is my experience? Exactly the opposite. I feel that I am not infinite, Anantam. I feel Jnanam, all-knowing. I feel I don't, all-knowing. All-knowing, I am all-knowing. No, don't tease me like this, sir. You are the truth, Satyam. No, truth. Oh my God, if you to go into my life, how many times I must have told the untruth? My whole life is untruth as a phenomena. Because phenomena itself is untruth. You see? Now how can untruth become truth? How can untruth become truth? By remaining untruth, by remaining a wave, how can wave become water? It has to give up its waveness, isn't it? So our Jnaneshwar Maharaj is pushing us beyond our boundaries. You have to, all these thoughts are given so that you stop thinking. There is no conclusion to all these. It is a conclusionless conclusion that we have to come to. If the conclusion comes as a thought, as a concept, you have lost the plot again. Not satisfied with his own explanations, Jnaneshwar Maharaj tries to give more similes. Look at him. He's endless. never gives up on us. What is the. We just see one example and then we will. रश्मि सूर्य ची आथी परिबिंबा बाहेर जाती मणौनि बोध संपत्ति उपमानो है. The rays belong to the sun but go away from the sun. Therefore, it is not a proper simile for the consciousness. The sun and its rays cannot be compared to the substratum and the manifestation because the sun stays in one place and its rays go away from it. This is our experience, isn't it? But the self and its manifestation, the world, are not located away from each other. So the rays of the sun have to go somewhere away from it. But the self is everywhere. Where will the rays of the sun go? Nowhere to go. So he is making sure that you don't get caught up in that type of thinking. That I have to, the mind came out of the self and manifested itself. Nothing like that. Therefore, this simile is not correct. The Lord is not like the sun, creating the world away from himself. He is the world. He is the material cause. He is the efficient cause. The water is the material and the efficient cause of all the waves. Nothing, water has not gone away from itself in order to create the wave, isn't it? The gold hasn't gone away from itself to create the ornament. You have not gone away from yourself to create the wife, the husband. You have not gone away. Here only the wife is, here only. So catch this. Now another unusual example is given. We'll see this example in our next class. It requires more commentary. The fruit of cotton breaks open on ripening, from which the cotton is used for making cloth. But the cotton contained within its fruit cannot be compared to the self, who manifests without creating duality. So here Naneshwar Maharaj is giving such examples so that we don't go into cause and effect. The sun and the sun rays. Sun is the cause, effect is the sun rays. And where is the effect? It's moving out to illuminate something. So don't imagine that you are moving out of yourself in order to. So here our experience is what? Our eyes are moving out to illuminate the forms. The ears are moving out to apprehend the sounds. And this is only because we have created a difference between the names and forms and us. But we have to start thinking that this whole interaction that is going on here is like the interaction of the water and the waves. There is no going away anywhere, there is no interaction, it's just a play with itself. And that is what is going on really. But when we don't understand this, we get caught up. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.